Hello and welcome to this evening taste challenge. I have two Irish blended whiskeys. This is the famous Bushmills. See this around quite a bit. This is produced since, it says 1601, but that's when there's a record showing, there are records showing that a license was given for a distillery in 1601. It's not really in that town, Bushmills, but it's not really when this whiskey came out. Bushmills started distilling in 1786, but you know how companies like to make it seem older than it is. Irish whiskey, this is from Northern Ireland, which is still part of the United Kingdom. Finest blended, of course, every bottle of whiskey I have says it's the finest. Must be a big tie. Triple distilled, grain alcohol, malted barley. It's aged 5 years. Says it on the website. Now it says aged for a minimum of 3 years here, but on the website it says 5 years, which would be a minimum of 3. And it's aged in ex-bourbon barrels and ex-sherry barrels. Here is Michael Collins, double distilled, not triple distilled, double distilled, no age statement, introduced in 2006, produced by the Cooley Distillery for a company called Sidney Frank Company, which is gone. There's a website listing on the back here, but if you type it in, it comes up as a dead link because Sidney Frank died and his family sold Grey Goose to somebody else, and they sold Michael Collins to the Sazerac Company. I don't know if Sazerac still makes this particular one. That's why I said in the notes, possibly discontinued, but they make Michael Collins the Prediction, which is triple distilled. So some stuff Sazerac makes, they don't list. Burley Sullivan says, you, cheers back to you. Okay, so I paid $23.99 for this one, plus tax, obviously. I don't remember what I paid for the Bushmills, but it was whatever the price was. It wasn't like a discount. It was just whatever they had it for at Walmart or I think it was Walmart. Okay, we can look that price up. All right, so make sure I got my correct labels. I did not. So I've gotten it right so far. I forgot to count how many times I've done the challenges, but I've gotten it correct so far. Poured a little bit too much. All right. Now, neither one of these are expensive Irish whiskeys, but they're not budget brands either. Do we have budget brands of Irish whiskey in America? I don't think so. Maybe in Ireland itself. This is very pale. That's the Bushmills. This one has some gold to it. So looking at the website, whoops, forgot to click over. Bushmills original, a recipe unchanged since 1888. Okay, so I in the notes, 1888. This particular, which is strange because I looked at bottles from the 1930s and 40s advertisements, and they were rating it at 86 proof, and this is 80. So something changed. I'd say a recipe basically unchanged, but they did lower the proof. But they probably used the same ratio of grain whiskey to malt, but okay, they just add more water to it to make it in alcohol. It says there is no better for making a classic pre-prohibition cocktail than Bushmills Original, combining our pure single malt whiskey and a lighter grain whiskey. You'll notice its rich, smooth, warming taste almost instantly, just as generations have done before. The prize fighter of Irish whiskey. Okay. Aged 5 years in bourbon and in bourbon and sherry cask. Ex-bourbon and ex-sherry cask. All right, there's some guy testing it. The cornerstone of our family Bushmills Original is a smooth and versatile triple distilled blend, an approachable whiskey which has been matured in both bourbon and sherry casks, resulting in fresh vanilla notes. Now, who's bourbon? We won't know. Who's sherry casks? We won't find out. Make a John Collins. All right, they have a locator tool. Proximo Spirits. That is owned by a company called, anybody want to guess what? It's a company called Jose Cuervo. Okay, there's the Bushmills distillery, old Bushmills. You can visit, you can take a tour, which I would like to do, but I don't live too close to that place. All right, let's check out Total Wine and More, see what they're selling Bushmills for. Because like I said, I can't remember what I paid. I paid whatever the price was. I think it was like $20.99 or something. I bet it's more now. But I got fooled the other day when I thought something had gone up in price and it actually had dropped. Get wind outside blowing my hair around. Okay, $25.99. Yeah, I didn't pay that much. But I bought my bottle a while ago. Not just last year. I'm not going to repurchase. Well, they've changed the label. They keep changing the label. I don't want to get this hang up on changing the label, but they generally have a white, gold, and black label, but they have changed it. Definitely. Maybe once a year they add a different label. I think they do. It's nice embossed glass, though. You can see the glass is embossed. It's got the old Bushmills on it. Got the copper pot still. All right, we'll turn on the lamps now. Not in the dark. Well, you're not blocked if you're commenting, are you? Okay. I'm fine, Butch. Kirby, you're talking about your original account. I don't know how to do that. You went crazy one night making all kind of crazy comments, so you got blocked. I'm sorry. I did not cause that. You caused that. Now you got to use your secondary channel. But I can't help that. Okay. I don't know any way to do it. I don't know those protocols. Okay. You don't go crazy, and then the crazy things don't happen. Okay. I got to close my eyes because I'm worried I'm going to see a pale, and then I'm going to know what it is. And I don't want to see a pale appearance and know what it is. I got to remember that Michael Collins has a very itsy bitsy teeny weeny slight peaty note, but it's minimal, but the other ones don't have any. So yeah, I'm not getting a lot of action here, but it could be a little peat. Getting a lot more bountiful nose here, a lot more aroma action. Now, which one it is, I don't know, but I'm getting more of it. Definitely. Chances are you'll never see the Michael Collins, and chances are you'll almost certainly see Bushmills because most every liquor store sells it. If they don't sell it, that's kind of odd, really. Just standard grain, malt, bread. You know, grain is like the corn flavor type thing, sweet corn, and then the malt is like the breadiness. Does it taste good? Yeah, it's fine. Is it anything remarkable? It's a Jameson, Patty's, Tullamore, DEW type of thing. This one has a lot more bounce to it. Sweetness. Now, I don't know, and maybe a little caramel. Now, I don't know about this peatiness. I'm not getting that right now. I'm not getting that. And I thought it had it. There could be a little sherry note here. Now, I don't know if the bourbon barrel is going to make an impact on flavor because pretty much all these Irish whiskeys are aged in ex-bourbon barrels. So that's not going to probably have any kind of differential impact. But sherry is a very, I don't drink sherry too much. I ought to drink it more. But sherry has a unique flavor. If you used to drinking Pinot Grigio, let's say for instance, or White Zinfandel, and you taste sherry, you'd be maybe shocked. Like, what is this? Yeah. It might seem appalling to you, you know. This has a lot of flavor, and it has the bread crust and a lot of character, And I think the double distillation gives it more character. You would think they're doing less, so it would be less character, right? Like, well, they're not distilling it 3 times like the other Irish. So, you know, you're thinking, and I was thinking the same thing. They're doing it cheap. It's going to taste less impactful, but then it turns out to be the opposite. And in fact, the Two Gingers website specifically discuss how they did double distillation because they thought it would give it more of a bouncy flavor. That's just what they said. I don't know the science behind this stuff. I don't claim to, but that's what they said. So I'm going to say, then I'll look at the comments, I promise, but I can't look now because if I see the product lighter, I'll know what it is. I'm going to say this is the Michael Collins. I got it right. It did have a bouncier flavor. Oh, I can't get over this. I cannot get over it. Every time I'm guessing it right, and it's always because of the same reason. Either it's got one of 2 reasons. Either got that peaty note or it's got more bounce in the flavor. I don't even know what that means, but Drewski, Brewski, Ronald, the Riot, cheers. Cheers back to you. Herbie says, Ron, block me, and I'm writing for my second account. Yes, that's correct. I don't know how to undo that. There may not be a way to undo it. But let's let that go. Just forget it. You got a second account? Move on. I should drink it too. I don't even remember when I had it last. I know. Yes, unless coupled with additional aging in sherry butts or virgin oak. Good evening, Ron. You too, David. So yeah, there's something. Okay, so we're only talking about $2 difference. But when I bought it, it wasn't any different. So I think I paid even less for the Bushmills at the time of purchase. But like I'm telling you, it's $2 more now. This is the price right now, $23.99. That's not debatable. That's the price. Unless it changes since I was there the other day. Bushmills, $23.99, okay? I'm sorry, $25.99. What am I saying? $25.99. Those prices can vary, but I bet if I check Walmart, it'd be even higher. They have a tendency to be higher. Let's check what the heck. We can check just for general principles. All right, let's see. No, I don't want to sign up for a Walmart card. All right. Got to give them credit. They're always trying to sell you something. Oh, well, thank you. I apologize. It's cheaper. It's $24.98. It's $1.01 cheaper than Total Wine. Well, what do you know? Ain't that something? Ain't that something? can pick it up right now. They even tell me what aisle. They got it in stock right now. Huh. What do you know? Crazy. Now they got that Red Bush, but they want 28.98. Oh, yikes. I got mine for $9.99. True story, not lying. $9.99. That was a crazy day. But what do you know? What do you know? And then the Black Bush 34.99 out of stock. Yeah, that's the really good one. That's the great one, and they don't have it in stock, man. But I got my bottle. I don't have too much left. Okay, last comments. Evening, Jay. My wife is out of town this weekend for work. Oh, this week for work. So Keystone Light Mania is running wild. Well, you better cool it. Don't go crazy. $9.99 is a good deal in this economy. Laughing out loud. Oh, that was an amazing deal. It was like about 4 years ago. We were at this store called Savannah Discount. Oh yeah, I'm not supposed to say that. David don't want me to say it. But we kept looking at the tag like, what? And we had never had Red Bush, but we knew about Bushmills. And we said $9.99. Oh yeah, we got to buy it. So we loved it. And then he went back and bought more. So it's a great, but I think they might be phasing it out, or it might have been discontinued already. It was just something they tried starting in 2017, aging in ex-bourbon barrels, but emphasizing the bourbon. You know what I mean? Like that was the keystone of that, aged in ex-bourbon barrels. So obviously it gave it a bourbon-like flavor uh, in many respects, not totally, but that was the whole driving. That's why they call it Red Bush, because bourbon, the old nickname for bourbon was red whiskey. Now you can buy Bushmills that'll cost you hundreds of dollars a bottle, if that's your choice. Or it may be even over $1,000 per bottle if you're looking for a 30-year age, rare cask, stuff that will really set you back. But some people say, oh, I got money to burn. I don't care. I'll buy it. Well, that's fine, especially if it's your money. Yeah, they don't show the Red Bush anymore. That was phased. They show the history part on the history section, and they talk about when they introduced Red Bush, but they replaced it with a Prohibition recipe, which I've not had. It's 92 proof. I'd be curious to try it, but that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. Okay, because I got that proper 12 to go to next. Next time we come back to Irish whiskey, we do proper 12, which I've heard many things about. Some good things, and some people are fiery, hateful towards it. They just hate it. I can't comment. I've never had it. I don't know what to say about it. Couldn't tell you either way. I know they got the proper 12 apple now. Oh, I guess that's fine. Those apple products all pretty much taste the same. Taste like a green apple. I don't know why to use green, but maybe that's comes across better in liquor. I tried the Captain Morgan green apple, the Rich and Rare green apple. What else I tried? Oh, Seagram's green apple vodka. I could go on because I know there's more. I think it was Taka green apple, Taka vodka green apple. I tried 99 brands. I think it was green, but they're all about the same. I mean, honestly, they're all about the same. They say, well, that's vodka. This is whiskey. They can't be the same. Well, when you taste them, they, and then the Captain Morgan was spiced rum, but they kind of taste the same. Like, what's the lead flavor? Spiced green apples. That's the thing. The green apples, the bourbon or the Canadian whiskey or the vodka, that takes a back, that's behind. That's not, that is backstage. It's not taking a background. It's backstage. You can pick it up, but it's so minimal. You say, well, I have a hankering for apple flavored liquor. and I don't have a lot of money, well, then you may as well just get the cheapest one because they're all about the same. Like I'm telling you, they're coming from big companies, Sazerac, they know how to make products. Diageo, they know how to make the product. Seagram's know how to make the product. So it's the same. It's repetitive. They all know how to do it. Captain Morgan, they know how to do it. So they probably have good suppliers that give them top-notch apple flavoring, which is almost assuredly like an extract, natural flavor. But so you can get Rich and Rare for $9.99. $9.99. You say, oh, I got to get Captain Morgan for $23.99. Okay, but you can save a lot of money, and I don't think you lose anything. Not that I've had Captain Morgan apple. I have not. I'm sorry, I have not. But I've had all the other ones I name. I think that's a pretty good survey of it. Pretty good survey. Last comments. I bought a pint of Proper 12. Okay, and I'll tell you personally, it's a good product. B+. All right. Fair enough. My thinking is that it's going to be good. Proper 12, not the apple, just Proper 12. Like you saying. Because I know how some people are all dramatic about everything, and they're going to say it's terrible when you're thinking, terrible? It's from this big company. How it's going to be terrible? I know it's sponsored by some fighter, but that's not even unusual for somebody to sponsor a liquor brand. That's common. And they never own the company. They just own the brand rights. They contract with some big company to make it for them. That is so common. It's like Margaritaville. You say, man, Jimmy Buffett, before he died, and that was like 30 years before he died. He was in that business for so long. Oh, he must have laid down so much money to build a distillery. Are you kidding? Come on. Wake up and realize what's going on. Jimmy Buffett never had a distillery or a brewery in his life. He just paid people to make the products, and they shared the profits. Anheuser-Busch made Landmark. Landshark Lager. They still make it. He just said, look, make it like this. In other words, he probably said, make it taste like Corona, extra. Well, all right, it did. And so it's popular. Fairly got a pretty good following even now, even though he's passed away. Margaritaville rum, Margaritaville tequila, Margaritaville, whatever else they have. I always see it in the stores, still popular. It's nothing great, I'm sure. I went to the Margaritaville restaurant once when they used to have one in New Orleans. Was it anything great? It was just like hamburgers and french fries. It was nothing great, but it wasn't bad. I guess, but something happened and it closed down, and they said they were going to open it somewhere else, but they never did. I guess the French Quarter had too much better dining, was knocking it down. But in a place like Pensacola or Mobile, Alabama, or Fort Myers, Florida, I'm just coming up with names, places. Those kind of places, St. Petersburg, Panama City Beach, Biloxi, Mississippi, they could probably do fine with a Margaritaville because it would probably be the same, similar to what a lot of people are expecting to eat there. Hamburgers and french fries, maybe some butterfly shrimp with cocktail sauce. Very basic. Nothing wrong with basic. One of his top songs was Cheeseburger in Paradise. It wasn't Beef Wellington in Paradise. Okay. Last comments. David Simmons, Northern Mississippi. Hello, Ronald. The last time I had the Red Bush, the flavor turned into grape soda after the third Glencairn glassful. Strange but true story. That is very strange. David Cassidy says upper shelf Irish costs more, but so much more tasty, Ron. I believe that. And I'm open to buying it at some future point. It was actually the same guy who punched the mascot, McGregor, if you recall. I don't really keep up with that kind of stuff, so I don't know. I knew he threw a chair at a bus, but some of that stuff probably staged. Landmark is better than I expected, says Death Adder. I like Landmark, Land Shark. I keep saying Landmark. I don't know what's my problem. I'm not gonna say I adore it or it's anything fabulous. Like I can't believe it's so good, but I like it. I wish they would. I'm looking at a pint can, the yellow pint can. I wish they would have that more. They have the bottles, but they, the grocery stores, they put them in the light, be all in the light, skunking it to high heaven, I'm sure. But the price is too high anyway. I'm now buying Land Shark. They want. It's like Corona Extra. You're paying top price for something that's not really top, but it's good. But it's not that good. Okay. So the winner, the clear and present winner, is Michael Collins. Obscure. I'm sorry, most of y'all can't get it. I understand. But I ran across it. If it's in Louisiana, it's probably somewhere else, but maybe not too many other places. But it's there. I got half the bottle left. It's been a great experience. Bushmills, one of the great classics. It did not win tonight, but it's one of the classics. All right. So would I turn down Bushmills or like say it's not that good? No, I wouldn't turn it down, and I would never say it's not that good. I would say it is good. And if people out there telling me it's trash, I want to drink that trash. I don't know. I don't really know what you're talking about. I think you're just being dramatic and you're trying to. I don't even think you believe what you're saying, but maybe you do. I don't know. It seems bizarre. But all right. Anyway, so cheers to Bushmills. Beautiful product. Cheers to Michael Collins. Beautiful, also even more beautiful, but more obscure. Always varies store to store to store. Yeah, they vary. The availability will vary store to store, as I've learned over the years. All right, y'all take care. Bye bye.